Welcome back to the channel, and for all of my subscribers and supporters who have stayed with me for the last 11 days in my absence, thank you. I'll be talking about that in another video. Now, I was scrolling through Facebook, just killing some time, and a post caught my eye about Senator David Shoebridge. He was stopped just outside of NIMBIN in New South Wales, heading to the Mardi Gras. Now, NIMBIN is approximately an 8-hour drive northeast of Sydney. It's widely known as Australia's premier counterculture hub and is associated with cannabis reform advocacy, hemp culture, environmental activism, and the annual Mardi Gras cannabis law reform rally. So what does all this have to do with Senator Shoebridge? Well, he was reportedly travelling to the 2026 NIMBIN Madigrass, which was held over the 1st to 3rd of May, and he was stopped by New South Wales roadside alcohol and drug testing station. Now, for my international viewers, in Australia, police in every state and territory have the authority to conduct random roadside breath and drug testing without requiring probable cause. Drivers are required to provide a breath sample at the roadside, and if over the legal limit of 0.05, they are taken for evidentiary testing. Oral drug testing is also conducted. If you return a positive, once again, you'll be taken for an evidentiary test. Now, refusal of either drug or alcohol, it is an offence, and that can result in an arrest and charges.
I was just pulled over by police on my way in to Mardi Gras at NIMBIN. Have a look at this footage.
Side testing. When we give the alcohol? Yeah, you do the alcohol. So we are also recording audio and video. Senior Constable Hunt is my name.
Yeah, Senator David Shoebridge is my name.
Oh, okay, yep.
How many cops are there at this particular stop?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And how many stops are there around NIMBIN?
I'm not quite sure. There's people from out of town. The alcohol test. All you're going to do is just count 1 to 10 towards that device.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
The other test we're doing today is a roadside drug testing. You had one of these before?
Yeah, every time I come
Okay.
to NIMBIN. See all the waste of public resources and waste of your time and waste of public money, and see it all the time. Yeah.
Cannabis, cocaine, or amphetamine, anything like that used recently?
No.
Okay. So
And to be quite frank, if I had, I wouldn't tell you, but I haven't.
all you need to do is generate some saliva in your mouth, place those absorbent tabs on your tongue, towards the back, press down, drag it to the front, and hand it back to me. I'll come back and check
The
your
last
shoulder.
cone, did you say?
Yeah, just that last one there.
Yep.
That way, if we do stop anyone else,
No sense of irony there?
not this time.
Okay, cool.
So, back to Senator Shoebridge. After being stopped, he commented that these operations are a waste of public resources, a waste of your time, referring to the police officers, and a waste of public money. Now, this raises a broader question. What is the purpose of roadside enforcement? Is it simply about cost and inconvenience? Or is it about preventing harm before it occurs? Because if enforcement prevents even a single fatal crash, then the question is not whether it costs money. It's whether that cost is justified by the outcome. Hey there, this is Future Me. Senator, I want you to pay close attention to this. These figures have been released by the New South Wales Police Department. During the 2026 NIMBIN Mardi Gras Festival, 65 people were caught driving with illicit drugs in their system. In 2025, that number was 45. That's an increase of 44% of drug drivers. However, in 2026, only 2 drivers were caught drink driving, compared to 4 in 2025. A 50% decrease. Senator, let me make this really simple, even for a politician to understand. Those 67 people are your people. People who could be voting for you. 67 people who can keep you off the unemployment line. So let me ask you, what's the cost of a human life? Now, there is a legitimate policy debate here. The effectiveness, scope and proportionality of roadside drug testing are valid areas for discussion, and no law should be immune from scrutiny. But we must look at real-world outcomes. New South Wales in 1968 introduced a 0.08 blood alcohol concentration limit. This was later reduced nationally to 0.05. Now, since the introduction of alcohol limits and sustained enforcement, alcohol-related fatalities in New South Wales alone have fallen dramatically, from 389 in 1968 to 36 in 2025. Now, talking of those figures, according to the Transport for New South Wales, in 2025 there were 355 road fatalities and 11,667 serious injuries. Of those fatalities, speeding accounted for 134 deaths, alcohol accounted for 36, and illicit drugs accounted for 85. These figures show that impairment, particularly drug driving, remains a significant contributor to road trauma. Which brings us back to enforcement. Roadside testing is not random in the sense of it being purposeless. It is targeted at a known risk factor. The goal is deterrence, detection and prevention of impaired driving before it results in harm. If we remove enforcement purely on the basis of cost or inconvenience, the question becomes what replaces it and what happens to the preventable harm it addresses. Public policy decisions are not just a financial calculation. They are risk trade-offs, and in this case the risk involves human life on public roads. That doesn't mean laws can't be improved or refined. They should, and we've seen positive results from lower blood alcohol concentration levels, reduced speed limits in urban areas, changes to learner and probationary licence holders, and compulsory seatbelt regulations. Arguing that a random roadside testing is a waste of time, resources and public monies to the officer on the side of the road achieves nothing. Senator, take it to the floor. Put it to a parliamentary vote. But do your research first and ask yourself this. What have I reduced the value of a human life if we abolish random roadside testing? Now, the real question is not whether enforcement costs money. It's whether we are willing to accept higher levels of preventable death and injury in exchange for reducing that cost. And that's the question that needs to be answered. So, Senator, are these your personal views, or are they the views of your party? What is the cost of a human life?